Hey there, ladies and gents, and thank you for joining us on episode 7 of your new favorite gaming podcast, Dueling Joysticks. As always, my name is Heath, and I am 1/4 of your hosting crew, and...
This is Justin.
This is Sam.
And Sean,
yes,
as always.
Interrupted me.
Well, you know what? You paused.
What? All right.
You hesitated.
Fair enough. Let's talk about stuff. We are recording from Justin's apartment again, because he's the only one with stable living conditions. So, Justin, thanks for hosting us again.
Yes, thank you. Your apartment's lovely.
It is. It smells nice. It's well organized.
And you have a bunch of beer canisters.
It's called a growler, Sean.
A growler. That's what I meant to say.
Whoa. Like old school moonshine jugs.
Yeah.
I like beer.
I don't know what else to talk about.
Just like go shirtless with
like beer and
one of those like jeans, like the straps and stuff, and you just do like a little hillbilly
overalls.
Dance. Yeah, you just like do a little hillbilly dance over to that thing and like put it on your pinky and start like swigging it.
No shirt though.
That's
it
how
has
I
to be
imagine
just
anybody
overalls.
drinking those things, man. It's like, I mean, like shirtless, belly, chest hair like extruding profusely from your chest. Like, yeah, and then you just like do a little like country strut all over. Reach up and grab it with your pinky, and then like do that weird way they drink it, you know, like Ron Swanson did in Parks and Rec when he's like drinking like this and then like that.
Like did the little thing where you like tip it up on your arm to like support it. Just like an expert shine drinker.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, this is probably going to be the best sounding podcast that we've had so far because a buddy of mine helped me out last night with proper audio engineering because he actually knows what he's talking about and he doesn't just twist knobs until it sounds okay.
Shout out
to Joe, my friend Joe.
There you go, Joe. Thanks.
Is like he showed me this thing, like he showed me our episode, like one of our episodes, and it was like this squiggle of just like peaks and valleys in the audio, and he's just like, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. And then like he showed me the same episode, but after he had worked on it, and it was like a perfect like bar of like audio, and he played it back and it sounded awesome. Like everyone was the same volume, everyone sounded good. We weren't blowing out speakers with our laughter. So that's
Sean. I'm just kidding.
So that's going to be the new thing. So hopefully by the time this is all done, it sounds way better and is way easier to listen to than previous ones.
Yes.
And I think I'll go back and do it for the episodes we've put out already. So that'll be a premium service to get the remastered versions of our first podcast.
We're going to eventually get on vinyl.
Go to our Patreon.
Did you guys hear that? Sean said we're going to eventually get on vinyl.
For those that don't have CD players.
Perfect. All right, let's talk a little bit about video games because that's why we're here.
Yeah.
What has everybody been playing? Let's go around the table. Start with Justin because he's furthest across from me.
Okay, I've been playing some Dragon Age Inquisition. I just picked it back up recently. Started from scratch.
Did you get it on launch?
I did get it on launch.
Okay.
I played a bit. I didn't play a whole lot of it. I played a shit ton of it, but I didn't get very far because there is a lot to do in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
I don't think anyone has completed that game.
No.
I got really far in it. And
me too.
Something happened with Origin, and like I had to like reformat my computer or something, and then it was just like
it's not worth it.
I was so far in. I'm like, I'm not doing all that again. You kidding me?
I think I remember that. I think when you had like a corrupted save or something like that. Like Origin was pulling like a really early save for you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what? Fuck it at that point.
Yeah.
I went in later though, and I made a rogue, and I was like, oh my god, rogues are fun.
Yeah, dude.
Are they?
Yeah.
I haven't played one.
Mages are supposed to be really cool though.
Well, do you see? Man, it's actually been so long I can't remember everybody's name, but the
I'm
kid,
Sam.
the one like blonde kid who's like a demon trying to understand his place.
I never got him. I think his name's Cole.
Yeah, Cole.
Oh, yeah.
I never got him. I never got that far in the
Dude.
game.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
You get him when you...
Yeah, that was like the first...
Yeah, that's like the end of the Haven arc.
Yeah.
I never finished Haven.
Holy shit.
I did all the side stuff, and that's kind of why I got a little fed up with it.
You didn't even get to Skyreach.
No, I did not. And we've talked about this before, not on a podcast, you and me.
Dude, that's like the most epic part of that
and
game.
You told me about getting Skyreach and getting rid of Haven, And that got me excited to play again. And so that's kind of why I picked it back up. I decided I'm not going to really do any of the side things. I'm going to focus on the main story because I actually want to get through it and beat the game for once.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I've been doing with The Witcher as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's just so much to do in these games.
Yeah. So with Dragon Age, what are you playing now? What's your character?
I am playing a dwarf warrior, two-handed.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How's the damage? Is it okay?
I mean, I'm level 4. So
Yeah.
You got a little ways to go.
He hits things. I twirl a lot. I got a little whirlwind.
But I'm with Sam, though, about the rogue thing, because like after I got Cole and I saw him fight and stuff like that, and how he like teleports like around, like he blinks like around a target and like stabs each time he blinks. It's so cool.
Yeah, like the Shadow Strike or something like that, and then he gets like evasion, and they get like smoke pellets. Like the first, or I played you guys play Dragon Age 2 or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually beat that game.
Yeah, I beat it too. It was like, I went melee. I think I went warrior the first time, and I was like, this game sucks. Like, this is so stupid. And I went rogue the second time, and like the first talent you get like makes like your shadow step always crit. And I was just like one-shotting one mob every like 6 seconds, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is such a fun game. Like, there was no challenge to it at all. But
I beat that game as an archer.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's how I was playing. The character I played last in Inquisition was Archer, or
Okay.
I mean, like I guess technically Rogue, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys fight that the Akari warlord in that Dragon Age 2? Like, he was occupying the city. Or something like that?
Yeah.
You gotta fight him.
oh yeah,
I don't know if he was like,
Quinari, right?
yeah,
Quinari,
was he
yeah.
like the last boss, or was he the second last boss?
He was the second to last. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't
that-
remember what the last one was.
I
That
think it was
game
a dragon.
ended. No, it wasn't a dragon. It was the.
It was like a world dragon that I fought last.
No, it was the chick who led the Templars.
Really?
Cassandra?
Yeah.
No, it
Wait.
wasn't Cassandra, because she's in the...
No, she's
in
not
the-
a Templar.
She's in Inquisition. Oh, wait.
No, she was a Templar, right?
Oh, my God.
Fuck, I don't remember. This is we're supposed to be like knowledgeable about video games.
Well, that game came out like 6 years ago. What?
Oh, for 2?
Yeah.
No, it's like in the second one, at least how my story ended was there was like a Templar lady trying to control all of the mages and like banish them, and I like refused and had to fight her with all of my
okay.
people.
Okay.
And it like destroyed half of Kirkwall.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy.
Yeah, I think I
Oh,
did the
yeah.
same thing, yeah.
That I finally like the gears switched in my head, and I
Yeah.
remembered like what factions are
Yeah.
in Dragon Age.
Yeah. The rogues was pretty cool, because like in Dragon Age 2, like every time you use a smoke pellet, your character would pull out like a jar of something, and you're like, oh, okay, that's a smoke pellet, he's gonna throw it down. It's like, nope, he's gotta like do a little like twirl, and then like a backflip, and then like a back kick, and he kicks it and like throws it at the enemy, and it creates like a smoke cloud and shit, and you're just like,
Yeah.
you could have just thrown that on the ground. You didn't have to do this like elastic, like Cirque du Soleil shit. Like, I don't know.
Sam, you're making me want to rethink my character choice now.
Dude, the rogue was so good.
Because the warrior
yeah.
really is just generic. You sit there
Yeah.
and you hit.
Every time I was watching it on Twitch, I'd like go back and check it to see like DLCs and stuff and be like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Like, everybody's always playing a mage because you get the best CC, but I don't know. Dragon Age has never been the same for me ever since they took out healing. Like, it's kind of just like
That is, yeah, for 3. Well, they took out healing in 2, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember.
I wish they brought it back because I loved playing a healer in Dragon Age 1.
Dragon Age 1, though, like much like Mass Effect 1, was like a fucking revelation as
Yeah.
far as like storytelling goes in
loved that
games.
game.
They just
And-
simplified it.
yeah.
It's like that was like people wanted like that type of game, like a good RPG, like hardcore RPG, but that was kind of like okay, based around like a narrow storyline.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
So it's like
Right.
yeah, but they simplified it, and I don't know. I think they ruined it, but
I mean,
got to get that broad audience, I guess, because they're all about making money because they're a company. So
well, I think that was the big thing was that nobody really was into playing support characters.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like if you're the leader of your party, you always want to be like the figurehead of your party. But
Yeah.
that
Oh,
kind of
dude,
sucks because
yeah.
it's like some people want to heal.
Yeah.
You know, or you know.
Inquisition kind of did that kind of cool with like the shield. Like you get a shield every like 2 seconds, but you don't get
Yeah.
anything that like reduces the cooldown on it, or like I think you get stuff that like buffs the amount that it shields you and stuff. But it's like I don't know.
I want more necromancers. I
Yeah.
just want to like raise an army.
That's
and-
yeah,
Yeah.
Dragon Age 1, dude, you had like talent trees and like you could specialize and like I want to be a mage with like frost, but also I want to be able to like, throw poison and necrotic damage at people.
Oh, for
And it's
sure.
Like, oh, that was hell yeah. Like that's exactly what everybody wants. But
They
they
have that in
simplified it.
Inquisition.
Did they?
Yeah, they have multiple talent trees that you can go down.
They don't have
Well,
like necromancy and stuff.
They don't
Like,
have
you can,
necromancy
like
for
res
mages, no.
corpses.
You know,
or
things
something.
do get different though
minions.
once you get the like hero classes, quote unquote, that you can unlock.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Because once you get to a certain level in your, once you get to Skyreach, I can't remember what the in Inquisition. Once you get to a certain level, I can't remember exactly what the prerequisites are, but
You get like Reavers and stuff. I think that was a class. I
well,
think
yeah,
it's been a
because
class
like
in all.
when I was playing as a warrior, I want to say there was a quest I think that you did like on your war table, and it brought these like experts in, like 3 different ones depending on your class, and you could go and choose. You could be like you could become a Templar, or you could become a Cavalier, or you could become a Reaver, and then that would open up an entire new skill tree of skills.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have an issue though in Inquisition with like not having enough space for all of your skills? I feel like that happened.
I think that happened on my mage because I was just like, I had like all these AoEs and I'm like, oh, I want to use that with this and that. And it's just like, you know, you also have to have like single target damage, and I'm just like, well, I got to sacrifice.
Was there more skill like or action bars that I didn't know to turn on or something?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
I just remember like there's like 5 or something, right, or 4. Just use that.
I restarted on my PS4. I'm not playing on my computer right now, and we get 6.
6.
We get 6 slots.
I feel like that might be the same as on the computer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's all we get. We have no way to change that.
Well, that's weird because you can
get all those
learn
talents.
more like activatable skills than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it makes sense because you're limited to stamina and mana and all of that. That like even if you had all of these on your bar, you're not going to be able to use all of them.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pick your rotation.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But so how far are you right now?
I just got to
Giant's Island or whatever?
Hinterlands, the Hinterlands.
No, I mean, okay, so like the, are you still in Haven right now?
Yeah, like I just started. Like I just became the
Dude, that's
Herald of
crazy.
Andraste.
This is like that game didn't hook me until like Skyreach.
Yeah.
Well, and now I'm gonna play, and I'm
right.
gonna go re-roll to a rogue.
You're making me feel like I want to start that game back up, though.
Well, the rogue leveled up super fast because he just kills shit like really quickly. But mages, like if you want to control the fight and do a lot of damage and feel really cool, like play a mage because that's what I see everybody playing. They're like, oh, mages are overpowered. There's like certain specs you can go that are like, oh my god, you can AoE down like everybody before they even touch you. I guess.
Yeah.
That's like what I've heard anyway.
You know what sucks though is that you have to pick, or at least for me, I have to like pick my class based on who I want in my party, because I can't go traveling with 3 rogues and like that's it. And I like having certain people in my party because they're cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I always had like,
Don't try and romance that Cassandra chick either. It's like. Took me like 3 weeks. I was like, all right, Heath.
Dude.
I was like, Heath, I'm on a mission. I'm going to try and get this chick who's like a hardcore Catholic.
I romanced
or whatever.
Cassandra too, and it took so long.
I was like, oh, another quest? Come on. What the hell's wrong with this chick? But it's just like,
Dude. But I always had like Blackwall with me, and then
Blackwall.
I'd have Cole because I love Cole as a character.
Yeah,
He's so
and a
cool.
rogue's like amazing for damage.
And then for like a caster, who do I usually bring? Oh, Solus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Solus.
dude, that guy's cool.
I like him. Though I
There's
hear
a guy named
there's
Solus.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's like an elf.
he's an elf like
wizard,
mage.
yeah.
But he's like really cool. He's like really logical.
Yeah,
and
he's
he's kind of
the
like
nice-
the Spock of your party.
Yeah, he's like the nice, like, logical one. He makes like the smart decisions,
Now-
but like for good reasons.
I haven't played any of the DLC for that or for Inquisition, but I hear, or from what I understand, there's one where like Solus is like turns bad or something. Like something
Endings?
happens
Or DLC.
for DLC, and it's like years after or something. The events.
It's
in
probably
Dragon
interesting.
Age
Yeah, it's probably
and
based
Inquisition.
off of like because Cassandra and the Templars, they want to limit mages' power, and Solus is about like just equality. Like if somebody's good at magic, like they were naturally born with it, so it's like you shouldn't try and like limit somebody's natural ability to do something. So it's probably got something to do with that. Like if you help out Cassandra and the Templars and like castrate the mages or whatever, then he's gonna lead the rebellion for the mages.
That's where they get all their power.
Yeah, man. That's where the magic happens, Sean.
Good
So-
little.
What did everybody else play in Dragon Age Inquisition? I played a mage. That was kind of fun for a little bit. And
Wait, Sean,
then
did
I
you
saved
play?
Corrupted.
Dragon Age?
I started it, but honestly, all I remember from that game is like fighting this really hard boss, and like I played it like I played WoW. Like I'll do the tab thing where you scan your surroundings,
Okay, yeah.
and like I have to look in every nook and cranny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I
Well, that's a hard game to play like that too, because there's so many.
so much.
Yeah. So like I feel like that took up most of my time besides advancing the story. So I don't even think I ever got to I think I just started getting to Hinterlands actually.
That's the first place you go.
Yeah, I know. And then I played like a couple hours. And then
There's
I put
so
it
much
away.
shit to do in that thing, though.
Yeah.
Like, I was like level 20 something, and I was still finding stuff I hadn't done. I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn, man, this zone's huge.
They do
wanna
a
go
good
back.
job of like the stuff you find though is really interesting.
Yeah.
You know, like the little like cliffside houses that have little stories in
Yeah,
them and stuff.
yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
cool.
Super good.
I like the implementation of mounts in that game too. It's pretty cool.
I didn't.
What was the
You don't?
No,
Why?
I thought 'cause my horse was a fucking idiot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't get
the
a horse. Get a new mount.
Dude, no, they all act like that. Like I have a bunch of different mounts, but there's like I can't run more than 10 feet without getting stuck on geometry. My
Yeah.
horse is like, I don't know how to get over this flower.
It's like dude who programmed
suck
it
at
like
writing.
also programmed like Roach from Witcher 3 or something.
Okay, but see, that's the thing. I didn't have a problem with Roach in Witcher 3. I
Well,
thought
they
he was
fixed
fine.
it. Like I don't know if you took a break, but like when it first came out, dude, he was like, "Oh my god!" Like there's so much weird bugs. You saw that one when he's like running downhill and he like gets up on two legs and his arms are like going like. So funny.
Okay, yes, I did see that. Nothing compares to the Skyrim horse, though. That thing is unstoppable.
Yeah,
So great.
gravity cannot affect that horse.
No, it can just run at like a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like, I think I played a rogue, an archer, for a while, and then a warrior for a while.
Okay.
I think I
do you like
left
the
off.
archer?
I think I left off playing archer, and I liked it a lot because
It's like the rogue subset.
yeah,
Right?
it's a rogue, and then you just put points all into archery.
Yeah.
But I liked it because I feel like I naturally gravitate towards these classes, like playing a hunter in WoW, or you know, the way I play through like Elder Scrolls games is that I like being ranged because I like standing back and having like a view of the battlefield.
Yeah, like planning out and stuff.
Yeah. But then that said, playing warrior was super fun too, like getting in the mix
in it,
and
Yeah. You wouldn't have to deal with that dwarf ranger too.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, me and Bianca and my charisma and my swag with my dwarf chest hair, like all two of them right there, baby.
I like that.
Well, Varric is cool. I mean, like, and honestly, if you upgrade Bianca all the way, that thing is insane.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
know, then you have to do it. So
It's just, I don't know. I just couldn't deal with like his swagger. I'm just like, God, get the fuck out of my party. Give me that dude that doesn't talk, the fucking rogue, Cole or whatever. Replace him with Cole. It's like, there you go.
I love Cole's dialogue. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's like,
God damn it, Justin!
I'm gonna play. I got it.
Why are you play right now? You're done with the podcast. Go play now.
Okay, bye.
that's your homework
That's your homework.
at your home while we're doing this podcast.
Yep. Anyways, yeah. So, Sean, what have you been playing these days? What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about what you want to talk about.
Let's
talk about Linux.
Dishonored 2.
Okay.
That trailer that we just watched.
Yeah, we did watch a trailer for it.
Yeah, that Clockwork Mansion.
Dude, all right. I mean, it looks good.
Who are you guys planning
It
on
does look
playing?
good.
Are you going to play Corvo or are you going to play the Empress?
Oh, I didn't even know there was a choice.
I didn't know there was a choice either.
The chick's the shadow chick that we saw the gameplay with, and Corvo is
Corvo
the
was
assassin
this-
from the first one. So
Yeah, who
well, I didn't know
saved-
you get to choose
Yeah.
in this game who you're gonna play.
Yeah, I thought
pretty
it
sure,
was.
pretty
one
sure
or
it's
the other.
like you get to choose either Corvo or the chick. All I've ever
probably
seen
play
with the
the chick.
gameplay though is the chick.
I'll
but
play
I'm
Emily
pretty sure you
for
get to
sure.
choose.
Yeah, I'm with Sean. That'd be.
You're gonna play the chick.
She looks,
Yeah.
dude. That looks fucking
Dude,
awesome.
Corvo gets like devour my enemies with rats. I love that move. It's just like it's like, oh, I'll knock this guy out. Yeah, I'll do the objective like passively and be like, oops, rats, my bad.
Well, honestly, I'll probably play through it twice. I did that with the
Yeah,
first one.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
um,
How'd you guys play through it the first time?
fucking the way I played through
You gotta go
Metal
hard
Gear
in the
Solid
paint,
5. It would be me. Sorry, Sean, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I played exactly like that trailer, just like fucking
Yeah, all
Just
high
cutting
chaos.
everybody down.
teleport
Yeah.
away and like hide behind a wall.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd play it like I'd go in with the best intentions of like, all right, nobody's gonna die. Everything's gonna
see
be
me.
fine. I'm
You're like,
just
oh
gonna
fuck,
be.
that guy saw me. Shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
hide
yeah,
in a
this
shotgun.
table.
Then one guy had to look up, and then it's
gotta
it's
backhand
not my
your
fault.
head off.
Everybody has to die, and then everyone's gone. It's just like it's quiet by the time I'm done because all there's left is corpses.
I had that same mentality, but I also had Sean's mentality. So I was like, I'm going to stealthily kill everything. Like, nobody will know I'm here. They won't even know they're dead. They'll just, like, see their head drift away from their body, and then I'm walking by. I'm like, cool.
Well, see, I start with that intention too, and then I realize, oh wait, I suck at stealth, and then I was like, fuck it, and then I just murder everyone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
That's a curse, man. When you really want to play stealth, like I love playing stealthy games like that, and I want to be stealthy.
Yeah.
But goddamn, I suck at it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the
I
problem.
can't stay hidden.
If there's a choice, if you can still progress through by being not stealthy, that's what I will inevitably end up with.
Yeah.
See, but that's what gets me irritated, though, is because I try to be stealthy. It's what I want to do. It's how I want to play it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't ever work out, and it pisses me off.
Dude, I start off every mission like it's a Splinter Cell game.
Really?
And then by the end, it's like fucking Duke Nukem or something.
So talking about Dishonored? You guys looking forward? Yeah, you guys said you were looking forward to playing that Shadow chick, right? So
yeah. I mean, well, I didn't know. I didn't know there was a choice.
Her
I'm
power.
pretty sure there's a choice. I think they said that, or they announced that in like one of the E3 things. But I mean, all the gameplay videos I've seen, you only play as her. But I think she's the new hotness,
Okay.
so it's like that's why they're trying to like, oh, you get to play as her and her shadow moves. Oh, cool. It's like,
Well, dude, did you guys play the Dowd storyline, the DLC for the last game?
No.
I bought the DLCs because they were on sale, but
It's pretty cool. I mean, he gets a different set of abilities than Corvo
isn't it
has.
like, yeah, he's like a separate. He's the guy that killed the Empress,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
oh, does he have like the mask on, or is that
No, that's
not
Corvo.
him?
Well,
that's
Corvo
Corvo.
has the mask.
No, not that mask, but he has like the gas.
Oh
mask.
yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I
What a
mean,
jerk. I don't want to play that guy. He killed the Empress. He turned Corvo into like a killing machine in my mind because I was the killing machine that took control of him.
it makes you feel conflicted though, for sure by the end, and like, or what if you played Dowd's storyline, because it's like, dude's got some fucked up like
History or something.
history,
with the
yeah,
Empress.
and like his way of like seeing the world is super jacked up, and it's just complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Assassins.
assassins.
Complex people. No women, no kids.
Was
Oh,
that
yeah.
from Boondock Saints?
No, it's Leon the Professional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So Sam, what have you been playing?
Oh, I've been playing Batman.
Batman.
That game, like, I just got back into it just because I forgot, like, I didn't want to play WoW, and I was playing Mafia 3, too. I guess we could talk about that, and it's like that game.
Yeah. I want to talk about all the gifs I've seen.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, let's talk about how I played Mafia 3, and we can talk about that, and then I'll go
That
into
game looks super
playing
fucked up.
yeah. Like, I haven't really encountered any of the bugs except for, like, after the first mission, you have to, like, drop something off at your safe house. And I was like, okay, where's my car? There's my car. And I went to get back in my car, and, like, the wheels were stuck in the ground. And I'm like, And then
Okay.
I got in another car and
Were
started
you in
driving,
mud?
and, like, it's like, no, it just, like, stuck through the geometry. It was, like, part of the world now. I'm like, okay. And so I stole another car and started driving to the objective, and it's like I drove past the good textures and into
Yeah.
like bad textures into like 20 years ago textures, and I'm like, and then like everything just loaded up real fast, and I'm pretty sure that's like when most people are like, my game crashed, but mine just like loaded up real fast. I'm like, okay, cool.
But that's probably like your hardware doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because like I remember
Yeah.
talking to Sam, and he goes, like,
there's a pretty good. Like,
I'm on Discord with him while he's playing, and he's just like, yeah, I think I drove too fast or something because everything looks like MS Paint right now. Was like, this was my experience vicariously. It was day one. Sam was like, this game's fucking awesome. Like, this is great dialogue, good storyline. Like, there's a couple
Yeah.
of bugs, but it's really good. Day two, it's just like, yeah, this game's really good. It's pretty, I've noticed definitely some issues, but it's all right. Day three is just like, this game is, I mean, it's all right. It's a game to play for
Yeah.
sure. And then day four is just like, Sam has launched Rocket League.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, like the storyline is really good, but it's all the zones and stuff. You have to do a certain stuff to unlock a mini boss, and then you kill the mini boss, and it's all based around the same thing. And I don't know, it's just redundant. I'm like, ugh, whatever. Like,
Is it kind of like the Shadow of
kinda
Mordor system where it's like
yeah, it sounds kind of like Far Cry or
just grinding through and like spawning bosses and then
well,
doing the
Shadow
whole
of
thing
Mordor
over
did it
again?
cool because like straight out the gate, you could just go find like not find the war chief, but like you can find like a high general and just be like, I'm gonna kill you, whatever, deal with it.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't do that here because it's like you have to. It's like imagine Shadow of Mordor where you have to go to a camp kill or do an objective real fast, and then that's one set of like 9 things you have to do in order to summon one of those like captains or whatever. It's just like, God damn, dude, who cares? Like, the
That
storyline's
actually
cool,
sounds
but
like it would get old pretty
it
quick.
just kind of drags on. You're like, whatever, man. Like,
Does Mafia 3 have the mechanic where you can get pulled over by police still? Just for driving too fast?
No, I was like, especially in the 60s in Louisiana, I was like speeding and like running red lights and like bumping into like old people, and like there's cops at the intersection. They're just like, you better watch out, boy. I'm like, okay. Like, I just T-boned some like elderly citizen who was happened to be white too, and they don't care. They're like, you better watch yourself. Like,
Yeah.
So I don't know if you played Mafia 1, but Mafia 1, you used to, if you drove too fast in your old little car, the cops would come pull you over and start chasing you.
I heard about
So
that.
they built in a mechanic to the game where you had like a little setter. What would you call it? A governor on your car, I guess you would call it.
Okay.
To where it sets it to 45 and you can't go past 45 miles an hour.
What the fuck? Like, you would set that?
Yes, you
Okay.
would set that. And if you ran a red light, they would come after you. That game was hard. Those cops were everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to video games, you shouldn't make it like realistic, or at least that realistic. Like, I like what Mafia 3 is doing with it, because it's like they kind of hold like historical facts, but they also jumble in their own fiction around it. It's like, all right, whatever, cool.
I don't know. That's pretty cool. It's like,
Yeah.
it seems like it had a pretty solid foundation for a game.
It's I love them. Like, you know, they they licensed all that 60s music, so that's pretty cool. When you're like driving
cool.
down like Creedence or like Rolling Stones comes on, you're like gunning down like all these mobsters. You're like, yeah, all right, cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then like, I don't know, it's just really fun getting the whole gang together. I haven't gotten to like the major like, oh, time to take down this thing and then like give it to one of my captains. I haven't gotten to that part yet, because it's like, I don't know, I played like 10 hours of it and I only have 2 captains out of 3, and I'm like, God, who cares? Like, I'm just over it. But yeah, after that I switched over to Batman, because I started playing it, but I literally like started it, beat up like a couple of thugs, and I was like, yeah, Batman, I'm Batman. And then, like, that was it, and I was like, I just forgot about it, and I went back to it. That game is freaking fun, dude. I'm like playing that nonstop.
Which one is it?
Batman Arkham Knight.
Okay.
Yeah. Still kind of got like a bugginess with like the port, because it's like if you go to Steam after you download it, one of the top articles for like, you know, relevant news is like top 10 worst PC ports of all time. And it's like, oh shit. So it's like that's the number 1 thing on there right now. It's like, oh damn. So it's like it's still kind of buggy, but like it's not as buggy as Mafia 3, that's for sure. And it's so much more fun. Like, it kind of reminds me of how I played Skyrim when Skyrim came out, where it's just like, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. It's like, you know, you do one thing, but it like trails off into like 9 other things. Next thing you know, it's been like 4 hours. And you're like, damn it.
Is that one open world?
Yeah. Well, yes. Well, yeah, I guess because an open world is still like, you know, consolidated. But yeah, it's got like 3 separate zones, and it's open world. You can fly anywhere. And,
Cool.
Yeah.
I remember watching that quick look for that.
Can you actually like fly with a...
Yeah,
Batman.
Batman. That's like the major way to get across the world, and you can upgrade it to like.
I thought it was the car.
Oh yeah, you can't like you have to use the car because like it's also your tank, and like they have all these drones and tanks and stuff. Like, you know, it's like basically like Arkham City, or Arkham, is that the city?
Gotham,
No, that's
Gotham.
Gotham. Yeah, Gotham got invaded by like Scarecrow, who I think is voiced. It sounds a lot like that dude who was the king of, or the steward of Gondor from Lord of the Rings.
Huh.
I think it's voiced by that guy. I'm not sure, but it sounds a lot like him in some of the, like, you know, context or whatever I was listening to. And so he's like the main, like, major Batman villain, and then like the key villain is called the Arkham Knight, and he's like, he owns like, or he trained all these like military mercenaries and stuff to like come in, and they have drones, they have tanks, they have, you know, all these cool gadgets and stuff, and they're like, they just like occupy Gotham and take it over, and like they're, you know,
Occupy Gotham.
yeah, they're basically like letting the criminals run the city again. Stop me if you heard this before, Arkham City, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know, I like it a lot, and the tank gameplay is really cool. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like a jumbled, like, oh cool, they couldn't think of anything, so they put in a tank. But it's like, it actually makes sense because like all these drones and stuff. Like, Batman can't take out another tank by himself. I mean, he rips doors off of handles and shit, but it's like he's not gonna rip a tank in half. That would be a little too much, right?
He just explodes them and they go incapacitated.
He puts that like weird gel on it and they just blow up like, you know, they were made out of like Legos or something.
Do you get to choose between like a good Batman and a bad Batman?
It's actually kind of, well, I don't want to spoil it, but there's like, well, I don't know. Arkham City, ended kind of, I don't know how long ago that was. I guess it's a spoiler, but Arkham City, at the end of it, the Joker ends up dying. And so, like, that's really conflicting for Batman. And, like, everybody says that he's losing, or, like, he's getting harder on people because he's, like, kind of going insane. And he kind of sees Joker, and, like, there's weird hallucinations and shit going on. It's like, yeah, and Scarecrow, Scarecrow's all about, like,
That's like his
mindfuck.
whole thing.
Yeah. He does that stuff, and so, like, something happens with him, and, from there, it just kind of, like, progresses even more, and you're like, whoa. And, like, it's actually really cool. I love, like, the mini-bosses, and, like, I don't know. You guys, you gotta play it. You gotta get it, like, when it's on sale, because it's such a good game.
So you don't get, like, choices, per se. Like, that'll develop the story or develop your character.
Well, you don't. I don't think you have to do like any of the side objectives. Like, there's one I think for saving Catwoman, which means you have to do like Riddler challenges. I don't think that's key to like beating the game.
Okay,
but Catwoman is kind of vital because she gives Batman intel from time to time, and also like helps him out whenever he needs it, I guess.
Okay.
So like, yeah, it's like I guess that would change the storyline, but yeah. Supposedly, I haven't beaten the game, so this is a spoiler for me. I don't even know if it's true, but supposedly, like Batman, I haven't read this anywhere, but they imply in the game from like, oh, this is the last time you're gonna be in Arkham City, Batman. Like they're implying like he's gonna get got. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. I don't know if Batman's gonna die or what, but yeah, because Joker died, and I was like, whoa, like that kind of like threw a wrench into like the whole, like I was like, well, now what are they going to do? The Joker's been like the key villain, like what are they going to do? Like I can just imagine the writers being like, oh, like, we've wrote ourselves into a
we
block.
Fucked up.
Eagles, shit. I don't know.
Do you guys ever think that Robin is undervalued?
Yeah, Robin shows up in that, and
I need me some Robin.
I think
He's
Arkham,
my favorite
Arkham
DC
City
character.
had like a whole thing you could play him as.
Yeah.
Wait, Sean, did you play Arkham City?
Yeah.
Did you? Which?
No, I didn't beat it. I got like halfway through.
Wait, okay, real quick. We probably talked about this on another episode, but can you guys remind me what the games are in chronological order?
It's Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and then Arkham Knight.
Okay.
Arkham Origins was...
Yeah, it's a separate branch, but it's I think Warner Brothers still was just like, we want more money. And they're like,
Which one's the one that everybody says not to play?
Arkham Origins, I don't like it. I don't know. The one that I got was really busted, and then also, like, the difficulty is, like, retarded. Like, if you ever wanted to, like, sim, like, I want to be Batman, like, one day you just decide, I'm going to be Batman. You walk up to, like, a gang of thugs, and you're like, nobody does crime in my city. Like, walk up and punch them, and then they, like, they punch you twice, and you're, like, in the ER. Like, oh, shit. Like, that's basically Arkham Origins. Like, you start out, any thug you punch takes, like, 12 punches, and Batman takes, like, 2, and you're like, I'm the Dark Knight. So wait, you're not.
Have you not played any of them?
No, I haven't played any.
Oh, dude, just play Arkham Asylum. It's the best one.
Really?
Yeah,
Doesn't it take place all inside of...
Yeah,
it's like...
It's not open world at all, but
yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, it's kind of on rails, but it's super good for a Batman game.
Isn't that the first one?
Yeah.
So
what?
Isn't it? I don't know. It's gonna. How are the graphics on it? I guess I'm trying to get at.
Still super good.
I can't imagine that they're
Still
gonna be
looks
that
good.
great.
Yeah, they did it really well just because it's not open world, so they don't have this whole, like, broad expanse that they have to, like, add textures to. It's just like, consolidated and then just, like, focus more on, like, making everything look wet and stuff. And you're like, oh, wow, it's all shiny and slippery. Cool, just how I want to see my Batman. Like, okay.
Okay, I'll check it out for sure.
The first one's got Killer Croc too, dude. Arkham Asylum with Killer Croc. That dude looks fucking like a monster, and you see him like right when you first start out. You're like, fuck this! I don't want to play that. That guy's huge, man. Are you kidding me? That's like fucking me going up against Brock Lesnar. Fuck that shit.
So you just reminded me. It's not exactly on rails. You can kind of like.
No, it's all set within, like, a zone, but, like, it's, like, subsets of, like, levels of the, it's like a prison that's placed, or, they have the guise of, like, it's for insane people, but it's also, like, it's kind of like Guantanamo for,
okay.
Like,
wait, Sean, so is it like kind of, you can still pick and choose kind of, like, what you're going to go do and when?
I think so. It's been a long time since I played, but you have, like, a bat cave that you go to and stuff, so...
But I mean, like, within Arkham Asylum, can you be like, I'm going to go do this mission or whatever?
Yeah. There's, like, you can do... I think the Riddler's... He's in all of these, I think. But it's, like, there's Riddler challenges that you do, and they unlock, like, bios for characters, and you can do those. I think... Yeah. Well, I think as you progress to try and get to the Joker, you have to take out all these mini bosses that are along the way. Because the Joker's the ringleader. He's the one that orchestrated the whole prison riot, prison breakout and stuff.
Okay,
like that. So it's as you go, you kind of just encounter these guys, and you can either go this guy or this guy. But either way, I think you have to get all of them in order to get to the Joker. So in that sense, it's still kind of linear, but
Mm-hmm. Fuck, I don't know. That does sound kind of cool, though.
It's so good, dude. That game won so many awards, and that's what changed the genre for Batman. All the Batman games prior to that were just fucking Batman game. Are you kidding me? What are you wasting your time for? You're so high and just don't care.
That's. That still is what I think of when I think of games based off of other media. Yeah. Games based off of movies or comic books or stuff like that. Because there's been so much trash.
Yeah.
But you guys you're selling me on it, so
it's so good.
I definitely want to check it out.
At least get Asylum. I'd say you could probably skip Arkham City. Arkham City's kind of just all right, whatever. But if you want to know what happens with all the storyline in it, it's all right. But
dude, the beat 'em up is so good.
Yeah, but
in Arkham City,
Arkham Arkham Knight is so good.
The whole gameplay of Batman. It's basically like the Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah, Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, but there's a whole. Apart from the single player, there's this arena mode where you just fucking chain punches.
Yeah.
Dude, I get over 50, and you're oh my god! You're you keep clicking, and keep chaining punches together. Yeah, you're holy shit, I'm a god. Yeah. It's so fun.
Yeah. I don't think they had that. You know how Shadow of Mordor has after you get a combo of 5, you can get a special takedown that you stab some orcs in the head, and you're whatever. Who else wants some? Everybody else is oh shit.
Yeah.
I think they didn't have that in Arkham City because it was before Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of Mordor added that. They kind of had some stuff where it's if they were already knocked down, you could do this thing, and they all get knocked out, incapacitated forever. Deal with it. But Shadow of Mordor was just you just you just use your 5-star combo and just cut somebody open, and you're all right, cool. And I think they added that in Arkham Knight, the new one. So.
Dude, you know what else? What other game had a system similar to that was Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah,
which is I think all-time favorite open world game of all time.
Yeah.
But do you guys remember when you unlocked the brutality moves? Where you would do something extra violent during a fight, and everyone else would be
head against a trash can
shit, I don't want to. Yeah. No one else wanted to be the first one to charge back in.
Shatter that one dude's knee or break their elbow, and everybody else was oh.
Yeah, couldn't you shove a guy's face into a air conditioner?
Yeah, dude.
I think that was one of the first combat scenes.
It's so fucked up.
Shove his face.
You do stuff throw people into electrical boxes and stuff, and they just electrocute. Oh. That if any developer is listening out there, I want a sequel to Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, they should do that with Sleeping Dogs, but also make add in the stock market kind of Stardew Valley of what was that, GTA Chinatown stories or whatever, where you had to go out and find drugs and buy low, sell high.
Yeah,
and
Isn't that a
there'd
PSP
be
game?
Game fights. No, that was on GameCube. That's where won't piece of my pie.
Wait, GameCube? No, I think that was on Game Boy.
No, it was on
Chinatown Stories.
Yeah, that was on DS.
I think that was a PS.
That was on DS. I remember that because me and Trevor were on Vent or whatever, and he's just "Hey Sam, what are you doing?" And I was just just playing Chinatown Stories. He's all right, and there's a lull, and I just held down my mic button and kept opening and closing it, and then every once in a while they had a dialogue option when you close it to open it, and some hooker's "You want a piece of my pie?" You just started cracking up because it was went from being all quiet to "You want a piece of my pie?"
Oh man! All right, well since we're talking about it, since we forcibly segued into it, I want to talk a little bit about Sleeping Dogs, just because I know it's an old game.
Hell
okay,
yeah.
It is for sure.
When did it come out?
Oh, dude,
a long time ago.
I gotta look it up real
2013?
quick.
It came out 2012.
Was it
2012,
No way,
2013, something like that?
What the
Hold on.
fuck? Time
Google.
flies.
Clickety clack clack clack? I
'Cause
gotta.
I think
GTA 5 came out 2014 originally, and that came out before 2014. So it was
2012.
Bam.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh shit! Who's got the database for a memory right
Dude.
here, baby?
Wait, hold on. I gotta
remember
check something
buying
real
that
quick and make
game.
sure there's not already Sleeping Dogs 2 in development.
Sean, you're
I'm gonna
fucking
feel
old.
stupid.
I remember buying that game and no one else had bought it. I was I think I told you about it, Heath.
Oh, I bought it just because it came with TF2 stuff, and I was oh, you get the butcher's knife, yeah. And I was I bought it just because the scout could throw that butcher's knife.
In Sleeping Dogs 2, couldn't you run through and jump through obstacles and shit?
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of like the big thing about it was that you had
You can like
if
get
you
on
were-
top of cars. And
yeah
Yeah, it was like parkour, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you did it right, you had kind of like an uninterruptible like path.
Yeah.
Like you could jump through stalls and like
But you
I love
can mess
that
it
game.
up
Yeah.
and like hit your head and be like, oh shit, and then like it slows you down and stuff.
Dude,
You're like,
but
oh.
I'm such a huge fan of like old Hong Kong like fight flicks.
Yeah.
You know, like old like Jackie
Yeah.
Chan movies and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
like getting to run through like a night market or chase somebody through there and like jumping
Yeah.
through stalls and like sending shit flying and
Yeah.
then, like getting into a big fight at the end. It was like, oh god, I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah. They
So-
should, I don't know, they should do that again, but with like, I don't know, yeah, like they should do something like that with like, but from the perspective of a gangster and not like an undercover cop who has to do this. It's like, I don't know.
I liked it though because it was he was like so conflicted towards the end because like he he had real relationships within the gang.
Yeah, but they should do like, but with like somebody who's like a humble student, his family dies, he already had kind of like friend ties in a gang, and then like from
Okay.
there you like Dishonored style, like you can either go like full chaos and be like, I'm gonna be like the fucking like, Pablo Escobar of like jacking
Yeah.
fools up if they get in my way, or you can go like, political and nice and be like, I'm just gonna do my job, work for my, unit, and like, just raise my ranking through the,
okay.
generals and stuff.
So just so you guys know, I just looked this up, but there is no announcement for a Sleeping Dogs 2 like I always dreamed there would be. We'll talk about the DLC in a second, but
who's the developer?
well, this is different. This is a game called Triad Wars, and I totally forgot about this because it's a kind of a spiritual successor to Sleeping Dogs, and it started to be developed by United Front Games and Square Enix London. But it started development in 2013 and then was canceled.
Yeah.
But it took place within the Sleeping Dogs universe, which
Yeah.
is kind of interesting. So, but whatever.
Did you ever play any of the Yakuza games?
No.
Yeah, those
Those are pretty
I haven't played any of them, but I'm just like, I always kind of wanted to because it was like, it seemed weird, but also kind of like, all right, cool, day in the life of a gangster or a
Yeah.
retired gangster.
The Yakuza develops video games?
What? Wait,
Maybe.
Justin. What? Can you kind of explain to me what?
You ever hear
one
of
their games is?
Capcom or not Capcom? What's that? Kojima. They used to own Kojima. Now they own like all those casinos in Japan. And
Really?
they don't give a shit about. Yeah, whatever. Was it who's the company that used to own Kojima, like, or used to bankroll Kojima when he was making like Metal Gear Solid?
Oh fuck. What the fuck?
I know.
What?
I keep thinking Capcom. It's not Capcom. Capcom makes Street Fighter. They still make games, unlike the company I'm thinking of.
Now I gotta look it up because
They have all these like pachinko like
yeah.
casinos, and they're just like, I don't give a shit. Like, fuck these video games. There's too much investment, not enough return.
Konami.
Konami, there
Jesus
you go.
Christ.
If anything was like borderline fucking Yakuza making video games, I
Yeah.
would have said Konami. But I mean,
Well, wait. Sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you reminded me of that first Half-Life 2 demo, like in 2006 or something,
What was it? I don't remember.
where they did like the engine show off, and he's like walking through the floor moves, and then like a barrel drops down, and it's like, oh look, it's a giant pachinko machine.
Oh
the barrel's
yeah.
like-
Oh
you remember
yeah,
that?
that's right. When they were showing off
Yeah,
like
and-
the Source engine.
Yeah, and then someone in the audience says, "Do you think this will run on my 286?"
Oh.
Which it won't. Joke established. All right.
Justin, what are the Yakuza games though?
you had me going there, Sean. I was waiting for the punchline. I'm like, will it? Oh.
So I mean, they're basically just a Japanese predecessor to Sleeping Dog.
Okay, are
It's-
they pretty dated at this point
So
then?
they're very. I think they have newer ones. I doubt that they're any good, but
Okay.
I remember like the original one was really fucking good.
Yeah.
But
Huh.
very dated.
Are you talking about the cop game I'm thinking of?
No, he wasn't a cop.
Oh,
He was straight Yakuza.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about yeah. Never mind. My bad.
But yeah,
Yakuza
I think it was on. Is either on PlayStation 1 or 2.
Wait, sorry, what's the game called?
old. Yakuza.
Oh, it's just called Yakuza.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
And it's just, I mean, it's like a Grand Theft Auto game. You know, you're
Yeah.
just walking around. You're part of the Yakuza.
Yeah.
And-
It's
Okay.
also got like weird
Making
Japanese
yen.
funk too. Like I
Yeah.
remember seeing weird like you go to like these like those like girl shops or whatever, fucking like hostess parties or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what they have? Yeah. And like you got to do that, and then also like it's just really funky. Like they just go, they have fun with it. That's what I like about it. It's like
That's
GTA.
cool.
Like, you know how GTA randomly will just be like, oh, you got to chase down like a photographer who took a photo of like a celebrity getting boned or something like that, and it's like, oh shit, and like, yeah, it's just like, you know, they kind of just have fun with it, and that's what I like about it.
I got to kill people with swords. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Like,
Which one did you play? Like the
Honor.
third one or the fourth one?
I think the third one. I couldn't remember, man. It's been so long. Those games are so old.
They're all like, I think they all based off of like ex Yakuza that got out of the game, and like, you know, they're just gonna help their community now.
Yeah.
But it's like shit happens, and they're just like,
brought back in.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys think is going to be the next setting for the next Grand Theft Auto?
They could do another Red Dead, which I think they're going to.
That would be cool.
What if it just turned into like a Saints Row type thing? Like
It just like fucking devolves
like
into
your default weapon's a big purple dildo.
No. That's like what Saints Row's bag was. Is like they just went ridiculous with it, and they kind of like blew their load in Saints Row the third, and so like the fourth one, you're just like, all right, whatever.
They
Like,
gave
I've
you
heard-
superpowers. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, no, it's just like whatever. This isn't even the same game anymore.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
Yeah, Trevor and I tried playing the co-op on that. We were just like, well, we can fly and not die.
Yeah, the first couple Saints Row were actually like good and well-designed games.
But it's like if you had to choose, like, because they were too much like GTA, and if you had to choose GTA 5 or Saints Row the third, like, it's all
choose
preference
GTA,
because you're like, because if they're too similar, then you're like, GTA has more production value, they make better video games, like, they have more experience, and, you know, they're tested, you know, like, you know that's going to be a good game in GTA, but Saints Row is kind of like, you know, but when they branched off and made it completely ridiculous, it's like, do you want to play, like, a good, like, kind of serious, kind of funny, like GTA game, which is always really good, or do you want to play something that's just fucking ridiculous and like, you know, some dudes running like some slave from like a BDSM thing is like your fucking mount, and you're in a chariot race with like another gang, and like
that's a real
beating
thing.
them off with like a dildo on a stick. Like, what the hell?
No, admittedly though, I had some fun with Saints Row for sure.
It's so dumb and
It's so
fun.
dumb. Like there was a gun where you'd like shoot somebody with like this little like tracking thing, and then like a shark would pop up through the street and grab them. It was so good.
That big purple dildo, they actually had like a handle on it.
Yeah, it was called called the Penetrator.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, Heath, look up who made True Crime Streets of LA, because that was what Sleeping Dogs was before it was Sleeping Dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have any? Can you think of any other kind of like gangster, like open world games that I might like?
I was gonna say about GTA, it's always
Probably like Yakuza, seriously, because you're all into that Japanese culture and
For
stuff.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean they have newer ones. I just don't know if they're any good.
It's only for
Okay.
PS4.
It's not that
It's only
huge
for
of a brand
PlayStation,
anymore.
though. That's the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean,
Do you have a PlayStation?
no.
Oh.
It was developed by a company called Luxoflux.
Luxoflux.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
I don't know about that.
Drano type.
You said the True Crime
really
series, right?
True Crime Streets of LA came out for
I gotta unplug my toilet.
GameCube.
Luxoflux.
And then they had True Crime Streets of New York, which came out with, you could play Snoop Dogg and like arrest people. It's fucking dumb. And then they were like, oh, the new True Crime game looks like, you know, whatever. And then somebody took control of it, and it turned into Sleeping Dogs. And everybody thought it was going to be garbage because they were like, True Crime games suck. They're so dumb and simplistic. And it's like, you know, Sleeping Dogs turned out to be amazing. So.
Dude, that game filled every like childhood fantasy of like a, you know, like Hong Kong cop drama.
Hell yeah.
So
Perfect.
cool.
I like the different moves that you can develop in that game too.
Oh, dude. Okay, but seriously, going away from that game and then coming back to it like a year later or 2 years later and being like, I'm gonna fuck shit up, because I used to get into fights and I'd be like perfect combos, never take a hit, you know. And then like I go in, I'm like, like run up to like some group of thugs. I'm like, it's on, motherfuckers! They just beat the shit out of me and leave me on the ground. It was like, oh, it was bad. Yeah,
So good.
good games.
They need to make another one.
Yeah,
should make another.
I really hope they will. I'm every E3, I kind of hope, you know, but
That and Shadow of Mordor.
yeah, that'd be cool. A sequel to that.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the whole Tolkien universe. I mean, all of Middle Earth. That'd be pretty cool to explore that some more.
I don't know. I saw something a long time ago that said there was gonna, like, the second one's gonna take place having to do with like the Fangorn Forest or whatever.
That'd be fucking
Really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really
I don't know
cool.
if the dude just got tired of killing all those orcs and he's like, I'm gonna change my scenery, and like went to the forest and was like, whatever.
Well, I wonder if it's. They probably do something really cool with it because, like, when they said it was going to take place all in Mordor, I was like, "Fuck, that's going to get old." Like when I first heard about it, right? I was just like, all it's going to be is just like burnt rock and ash and lava, and I'm just like, oh,
but
God.
they like read up on the lore, and they're like, oh, so like right behind that mountain, there's actually like a lot of like intense forest land and stuff. And you're like, oh, I didn't know that. And that's kind of cool. When I discovered that, I was like, this is fucking Mordor. What
and it's a great change of like,
it's like
change of scenery.
Yeah, apparently that's like where the orcs get all their food from, because it's like so like it's such like a diverse, like like huge wilderness, like full of life. They have to hunt and kill and like gather all the like stuff they eat. I think orcs only eat meat, so they probably just hunt like 24/7 to get that food.
Or other orcs.
Did anyone else play the DLC? We probably already talked about this, right? About the DLC. Yeah. But have you played the DLC yet?
I haven't played any DLC.
It's kind of
I bought it when it came out, and I don't pay.
What do you mean?
DLC.
Why is it disappointing?
Because like you're the dude who forged
Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor.
The elf, basically. Yeah.
Your ultimate is like all three of the ultimates of the regular dude. Like
hell yeah, man, he's an elf. He's like the first kind, right?
It like slows time. You one shot people, and you can. There's something else too. You auto combo finish people. It's like ridiculous.
Wait, why is it disappointing though? That sounds awesome.
Because like there's
no challenge.
There's no challenge.
Oh, okay.
And like you can choose to stealth, but why would you do that? You just
that's what it was.
Eliminate people.
Yeah. I guess if they didn't start you out and you were kind of weak, because I mean near the end of Shadow of Mordor, I had all my abilities unlocked, and I had like really good runes that made it so I didn't take bleed, I didn't take poison damage, and so I was just like, come at me. Like, bring it on. Like, I'm not taking any damage, and they're like, oh shit, and like I just tear through everybody, just constantly like cut everybody's head off and be like, yeah, I'm having fun.
Sean, you haven't talked a lot this episode. What do you want to talk about?
You really haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't been playing many games.
what's wrong with you, Sean?
Fucking do your homework.
What have we been playing? What you guys talked about WoW last time, right?
That's all we talked about.
That's like all I've been playing.
Bring our listeners up to what you've been doing on WoW.
Well, I did all those like Illidan quests. Like,
you did those.
Yeah, I did the one where. Wait, have you guys done those yet?
I haven't done
because I don't want to spoil anything.
2 of them. I gotta go to Azhara next.
Oh, that's where it gets cool.
I think that's the one I did last. If you don't mind me spoiling it for you.
The intense stare.
I don't know, because I think my account expires at like 9 o'clock tonight, so I'm like, meh, whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're like Illidan, and you go to the Black Temple, or this is when you go to the Black Temple in the Outlands, and you're just like a raid boss, and you like fucking take out everyone.
So
it's pretty cool, actually.
That was the weirdest shit, because you play as Illidan as a raid boss, and you are fighting
a raid,
like a full alliance raid.
Yeah, but like there's character names and guild names.
So like the world first, they like captured that raid, and they're like, all right, cool, and then they just like deal with it, like,
or something. Yeah,
that would be fucking cool, dude.
You're actually like stomping like real players, or like what were real players.
Nice.
It's pretty fun.
I guess you could change up the thing though, because like the raid is like expecting like, okay, so first he's gonna do this is phase 2. You can start out with phase 2, like, bring it, what's up? They're like, oh god, what, this is how it's supposed to happen.
Actually, you couldn't
immediately wipe the raid.
As the raid boss, it puts you in different phases at different times.
That's a bummer, because I'd just be like, okay, well then they're expecting it to go from phase 1 to phase 2. I'd be like, change it up, baby, what's up? Like,
it was actually pretty hard. It wasn't that easy to kill them all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he lost, so historically, it's like, it makes sense.
Wait, so you guys did you guys do the quest before that? Remember when you like sacrifice your own dudes?
Yeah.
Okay, is that actually in the Warcraft 3 stuff?
I don't know.
No, that was just a recount of like all the past Warcraft games.
This is like back when he was a mage. Like, I think you have to read that book on Illidan to like it shows you like his history and like all this other stuff. Like, I think he wanted to be a druid, but he didn't want to be taught by his brother on how to be a druid. He wanted to be taught by like the professional. He thought he was like better than everybody. So he's like, I don't know.
Well, like,
but and then he ended up stabbing like fucking those fell crystals into his eyes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that yet.
I have the power of demon.
Sean, I didn't see that.
That's
like the whole story of Demon Hunters.
I don't remember that. I thought he Well, I saw him get like blasted by fell energy, but not like stab crystals into his eyes.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's why they're blind. That's why
Really?
they have the blindfolds over their eyes.
They stab out their eyes with crystals.
Kevin still has his
Yeah,
eyes.
that's like
they're
the-
like
the
bright
straightest-
green.
The straightest shot to your brain veins.
Oh,
That's how you become a demon.
Dr.
Kids.
Sean.
Just stab yourself in the eyes.
Yeah.
find some crystals, rub them into your eyes.
I mean, depending on the crystal, you might turn into a demon hunter. Who knows? Rub that into your eye, be like,
I guess it makes sense in the Warcraft universe.
All right, folks, that's about going to do it for us today on episode 7 of Dueling Joysticks. Thank you for joining us.
If you guys want to leave a comment, or if you're just looking for the most recent up-to-date episodes,
News,
go to
whatever.
www.duelingjoysticks.com.
And twitch.tv/duelingjoysticks.
You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/duelingjoysticks or on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @duelingjoysticks. That's STIX. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah! Good job, everybody.
Yay!